Okay, now the last problem of the practice test. And that's good because I'm getting hungry, so I need to go eat dinner. Um, Here I ask you to draw a face that uses at least one of each construction we've discussed in this unit, and then state the equation for at least one of each type of conic section using your diagram. I think what I'll probably do in the test is I'll just give you a picture, and then you gotta give me the equations from particular features of the picture, because I think some of us might not be so creative and may have a hard time thinking of a picture. So I think I'll just draw a picture, and you guys have to give me the equations. But let's say you had a picture like this. So I wish to make the head of the face a circle. Okay, that's kind of off a circle. But I'm going to make my head a circle. And then let's say the eyes will be like an ellipse. Let's say the parabola will be like the mouth or a smile. So smile is like a parabola. So left eye will be an ellipse. Right eye will be an ellipse. The mouth will be a parabola. And then we do need hyperbola somewhere, so let's use the ears to be hyperbola. And notice how I'm designating certain points to be on the hyperbola or the parabola. You can say like those corners are kind of like the dimples of the smile. Okay, so our job let me redo that. The ears will be like the hyperbola. And if I do give you a diagram, I'll tell you that, okay, both ears count as hyperbola or the mouth counts as a parabola. I'll tell you that just so you're not confused. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the head. That should be easy. Clearly, if you look at the head, the center is at 0, 0, and the radius is 6. So we have x squared plus y squared equals 36. That should be easy. If you look at the left eye, so in this case, let's say we go with the face is left. The left eye would be 2, 3 for the center. And also, if you think about it, the length of the horizontal axis is 4. Half of that is 2, so a is going to be 2. So I have x minus 2 squared over 4 plus y minus 3 squared over 1 equals 1. Again, the reason why that's the case, that right there is going to be 2. And since that's a horizontal axis, and it is longer than the vertical axis, we put that beneath x minus 2 squared. And of course, this right here, that's going to be the length of the major, half length of the minor axis, which is 1. So b is 1. So we put 1 beneath y minus 3 squared. For the right eye, now it's going to be at negative 2, 3 for the center. So I put x plus 2 squared over 4 plus y minus 3 squared over 1 equals 1. Then for the mouth, that's going to be a little bit tricky. So we know we have a parabola, and we know the equation has to be this. Because obviously it's a vertical parabola. H comma k, we know is 0, negative 3. That's pretty obvious. The problem is we don't know what p is. We can't make an assumption about it because I didn't really give it to you. So to find p, use a point on the parabola. So in this case we can use 3, 0, or negative 3, 0, right where the dimples were, here and here. So now let's work it out. So I can say 3 minus 0 squared equals 4p, 0 minus negative 3 squared. If I decide to use 3 comma 0, notice I'm plugging in 3 and 0 for x and y, and of course my h and k are 0 and negative 3. So 9 equals 12p. P is going to equal 3/4. So the equation will be x squared, or actually if I kind of work it out a little more carefully, x minus 0 squared equals 4 times 3/4 times y minus negative 3, because remember k is negative 3. So it's supposed to be x squared equals 3, y plus 3. So a little bit more work for that one. For the ears or hyperbola, same thing. Now it's going to open horizontally. So we want to use this equation. Okay. So I want to use that equation. H and k should be obvious. 0 comma 0. You see how you have negative 6, 0 and 6, 0. So 0, 0, and I guess I added a nose for the center. So okay, that's great. A is going to be 6. That's a equals 6. So we know a is 6. But b, we don't know. I've not given you the rectangle that forms this, nor giving the asymptotes. So we can't really find what b is just yet. So again, just like for the parabola, use a point to find b. Now see, I have a few options. I actually plotted 4 points of the ears. Let's use this one. 7 comma 2. If I use 7 comma 2, again, the center is at 0, 0, so you have x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared. So let's plug in x, y, and a. So 49 over 36 minus 4 over b squared equals 1. If you solve for b squared, be careful. Negative 4 over b squared is going to equal negative 13 over 36. If you do this carefully, you should get b squared equals 144 over 13. So the equation for that one is going to be x squared over 36 minus y squared over 144 over 13 equals 1. And that's that. So And going back to the ellipse, you didn't have to find both eyes. I just felt like finding both of them. Uh, so expect the real test to look very close to this. I'm going to probably put 4 problems. Definitely going to put one like number 4. Definitely put a word problem. Probably different than what you see for number 3. Definitely have something that's pretty standard, like for number 2. I'll give you some features of the graph. You got to find me the equation. And something like number 1. So I think that's kind of a fair test. So that covers all the solutions for the practice test. If I find the time, I'll try to do a video for the extra credit. It could take me a while, and I'm not sure if I feel like doing it tonight. So anyway, that's it. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.